Well, we all enjoyed a double header against massive Premier League teams so much yesterday that we're just going to do it all over again today, this time with Liverpool and Man City. Again, I don't see how this can go wrong. Hello folks and welcome to part 130 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode we do have those aforementioned games against Liverpool and Manchester City. Full disclosure, something weird is happening. You'll see at the top here, we're already partway into the match. We're like 4 minutes into the match against Liverpool because I'm sure I pressed record, but for whatever reason, it didn't record. So we're going to do that bit again, but I have to show you the Liverpool game. Why is my camera moving? I have to show you the Liverpool game because we're playing James Ball in it away at Liverpool. In the Premier League, James Ball came through Liverpool's youth team. This is his Premier League moment. He's on 99 league goals for Nuneaton. We all think, we would all appreciate the fairy tale of James Ball getting his 100th league goal, his 100th goal for Nuneaton, doing it all at Anfield. He was at Liverpool for 8 years as a youth player. So today, fingers crossed, is going to be the James Ball show. The slight issue with that is if we just have a little look at James Ball is now considered a leading player for most National League sides. So he's not really a Premier League player. Just covering off some of the stuff that I'm sure I've already done. I hate doing this. Not recording the video, redoing something I know I did 3 minutes ago, but the whole world has just decided to turn against me. We did have a pretty decent run leading into our two most recent games, but you saw us beat Arsenal in the last episode. We then beat them again in the Carabao Cup and then beat Brentford and Burnley. We were on 3 back-to-back Premier League wins. Simone Graziani has emerged as a Premier League player after getting his first goal in the last episode. He's been very much a part of this run that we've just been on. Unfortunately, we've then conceded 8 goals in our last 2 games. And, But forget that, because importantly, 13 games of the season, we're on 19 points already. So we're almost halfway towards our target of 40 points for the season when we're only a third of the way through the season. So, to me, that seems like things are going quite well. And even if we lose both of today's games, like we're supposed to, we're still going to be well ahead of target for the season. And we've got a Carabao Cup quarter-final to play as well. So you never know, we might actually be able to have a little decent run in that as well. I'll just quickly go through the team for today's game, despite the fact the match has already kicked off. You're just joining this broadcast slightly late. So we've got Igan in goal, a back four of Robertson, Sawyer, King and Galliano, with Palaiso, Peary and Barron in midfield, and good old James Ball, probably for the last ever time, in behind Ruggles and Graziani. So let's get back into the game. As you can see, we're only 3 minutes in. Lucky I noticed when I did, or I'd have had to have abandoned my entire plan to show you James Ball getting a goal at Anfield. It's a bit of a tall order expecting him to do anything because he's rubbish. He's a non-league player and we're probably going to let him go at the end of this season unless he announces his retirement and we can get a testimonial out of him. But realistically, we are coming across a little bit of a problem dynamics-wise at the moment because our team leaders are Ruggles, Ball and Sawyer, and all 3 of them are unhappy because of lack of first-team football. That's why all 3 of them are in the team today, because dynamics is something you do have to be a little bit careful with. Ideally, I don't want to ever have the 3 of them in the team at the same time because I'm not entirely sure any of the 3 of them are Premier League players, particularly Sawyer and Ball. But we can't risk them getting super unhappy and dragging the whole squad down. So we're giving them all a bunch of game time now and just accepting that while that happens, we're probably going to lose some games. That's what's happened in the last 2 games. The 3 of them have been in the team. We're not very good anymore. But we'll lose the next couple of games as well. Hopefully then they'll be happy. And we might even try and move, at the very least, James Ball, try and move him on at Christmas. He's got his Premier League game time now. He achieved what we wanted him to achieve. He's our all-time record appearance holder. He might just grab his 100th goal yet, but it's only going to be a consolation goal because Liverpool are destroying us. But we kind of need to get Ball and probably Sawyer out of the club so that we can not play them, because we've got much better options than both of them. But dynamics is such a big part of everything, and they've both been here so very long that they expect to be playing, and when they're not playing, they get grumpy, and when they get grumpy, it drags everyone down into Grumpyville. That's the way I understand it anyway. if you lot can convince me down in the comments that dynamics is meaningless and we can just have them both be grumpy and it's fine, I'll just drop them straight away and let them moan. But I just think when you've got 2 of your 3 team leaders not even getting on the bench and moaning about it constantly, that doesn't help with a happy, harmonious dressing room atmosphere. And when we've got a bunch of League One and Championship players trying to survive in the Premier League, we kind of need them to be happy about it, or else it really will be a long, hard season. So that's the pickle of a conundrum that I'm working with at the moment. But hopefully we'll forget all that, have a feel-good James Ball goal moment, and we can have that as our way of saying goodbye to him. If he's not going to say goodbye to us at Liberty Way, which he now can't, obviously, I think it's only fitting that he says goodbye to us at Anfield in his first ever league appearance here. Ruggles to Pahiri. Here we go. This is where we want James Ball to just stick in a screamer. I tell you what, that was a beauty of a through ball from James Ball, and Barron hit it into the back of, I think it was Graziani. The two of them just kind of got on top of each other and cost us a goal there, I think. It was an open goal and Barron has hit it into the heel of Graziani after a beautiful through ball from James Ball. He's still got it, boys and girls. He might only be a conference player, really. But there you go, James Ball has made a lot of mistakes today. He might have done, but he played a very, very special through ball that deserved a goal. I don't know that we can keep him on the pitch for the whole of this match. He's down to a 5.8 now. Oh, up to a 5.9. You've got 10 minutes, James, and you're coming off. Because we just can't afford to keep you on. It would be lovely to have you score here. But I think what we actually need is just a standing ovation for you. I think we're saying goodbye to James Ball. I think this is the last time you will ever see this man in an Nuneaton shirt. He's 31 years old now. This is his 429th appearance, 99 goals, 109 assists, 31 man of the matches, averaged a 7.1 over a long and illustrious career. And he's made some steps up in that time that perhaps he was never quite good enough to achieve. But at least last year he was considered a good Championship player and we were in the Championship. This year we're in the Premier League and he is plummeted ability-wise. So thank you, James. But you're coming off now. Let's get James Brown on for him. We're going to go to a 3 up front. I feel a little bit sad. Sawyer's the last one now of the boys who got us here. Right, who else needs to come off? Graziani's not playing well either. We'll get Sean Hull on for him. Make it a double substitution with 20 minutes to go. We've got two strikers who have plenty of goals in them, and we're only 2 goals behind, and we've taken off our weak link. So you never know. We could scratch and claw our way back into this game, although not now we've given away a penalty, unless we have a miraculous penalty save, because I don't think we're coming back from 3-0 down with 20 minutes to go, and it is 3-0. I've not seen a single blue shirt anywhere in this stadium, by the way. I don't know where we are. I guess we're somewhere down here in this corner, unless we don't seem to be behind any of the goals. I don't know if we're stuck up on a top tier and can't see ourselves because of that, or perhaps just no one from Nuneaton has bothered making the trip. They all went to Chelsea, they all went to Newcastle. They know an away game against a big club isn't really a day out you want to bother with, really. Let's just stay at home and watch it on the telly. Right, Robertson's been rubbish, but we've got no one to come on for him. Galliano, he can come off. Bring Etchabe on. Etchabe. I still don't know. There's apparently 2,500 Nuneaton fans in here somewhere. So for the remainder of this game, we're 4-0 down now. Let's play Spot the Blue Shirt. Are we in this corner? No, they're all red shirts. I do see the white ones as well. There's no blue anywhere here. So we're going 3 tiers up. Can't see any blue shirts. There we are! We're in that corner! Cool, there is a lot of us here. That's awesome. There you go. We've got our little corner of the ground where we gave James... I'd like to think the entire stadium were on their feet giving James Ball a round of applause, even assuming the Liverpool fans didn't have a clue who he was. I'd like to think they were clued in before the match. We told them what we were expecting, we told him who he was, we told him where he came from, and that this is probably it for him. And yeah, I think it went from probably it to definitely it over the course of that match. But now we're at home against top of the table Man City. What could go wrong? A few justified changes for the Man City game. Remember, Man City at the top of the league. We're probably going to lose this one as well. But Taggart comes in for King at the back. Fear comes in for Palaiso in midfield. Del Gaudio does come in for James Ball in the attacking midfield position. And then we've got Ruggles moving across to advance forward, with Brown coming in at the expense of Graziani up front. In other news, we are through to whatever the next round is in the Checker Trade Trophy. I didn't actually realise we were in it until I just got a notification about it. But if we... How do you see fixtures? Fixtures? We just played. Apparently, do we have to just go on the schedule and then pick a team on here? No? No one knows. Oh, under 23 fixtures, there we are. So we just beat Wolves under 23s, and actually it's a pretty strong looking under 23 side that we've got. I reckon we've got a chance in this. Sean Hull and Ali Afsharian up front against a bunch of League One teams and kids who've never done it at any level. That looks, I mean, Earl, the midfielder we signed, who's going to be our best attacking midfielder, but we can't register until Christmas. Solid looking midfield. That is a solid looking under 23 side. I think we've got a chance in the Checker Trade Trophy. We should comfortably beat Luton in January. But for now, let's worry about beating Man City. I don't know what I want more, survival in the Premier League or the under-23s to win the Checker Trade Trophy, because you know what? That would be our first ever proper trophy as well. So I'd be tempted to take over the under-23s if we get there. If we get to Wembley with the under-23s before we get there with the first team, I have to take over managing them for the match and suit up, surely. And go and manage at Wembley again for the first time since whenever our last playoffs were, and just enjoy the Wembley experience. Get the under-23s out there. I'm feeling it now. This is where we get knocked out by Luton, but I am tempted. Remind me when that time comes. We're going to keep an eye on what's going on in the Checker Trade Trophy, because I'm happy to take my under-23s there and just be manager for the day. I think anyone in my position would. Right, let's go and grab an unlikely goal against City. Already having Del Gaudio in the midfield seems to be a massive improvement. He's played a couple of decent passes already, and it's now a Fear to Del Gaudio again. And Barron, did he hit the post or was that a save? It's a corner's been given, so that was a cracking save actually, and it's Fear with the corner. Barron again finds Sawyer, and Josh Sawyer hits the post. Goodness me, but we've had two excellent chances against City in the first 10 minutes of this game. The Brian Clough Arena is rocking at the moment as we get ready to topple top of the table Manchester City. They're still going to thump us, but it was a fun first 10 minutes where we had some chances. And what a difference Del Gaudio makes. We won't just abuse me in the comments if you ever see James Ball in the team again, unless we find ourselves back in the conference, because I mean, I'm not going mad. He was showing as a good championship player last season when he was not really getting picked very often in the championship. So for him to drop all the way down to a National League player, I know our reputation will have gone up a little bit, but it shouldn't change how you judge what league he's suitable for. Yes, it will adjust his star rating, but you don't go from championship to National League unless you've hit age 30 and just started a massive, massive decline. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him retiring at the end of this season, even if he does leave in January, because if he's declining at that rate, I think you're done, James. But City are now going to grab their goal. Taggart gets hold of it, lumps it forward, but we can't win it. But Barron's having a really good game in that midfield, finds Ruggles, and it's with Brown to Fear, and we've got Ruggles forward ahead of him, but instead Fear decides to have the shot. And probably should have looked for Chris Ruggles, but who am I to say? I mean, I'm only the manager. They don't pay any attention to me. I think we've done remarkably well to still be at 0-0 after 38 minutes. This is progress. This is a massive improvement on what we had in the last game. Why are the Man City team so tired? Their strikers are down in the 50s. I don't understand. Did they play yesterday or something? What month is it? It's December. Have they just got back from the World Club Championship or something? Did they win the champion? I don't even know if they did, but they all seem absolutely shattered. This feels like an opportunity, but then I remember they're Manchester City, so they're going to beat us regardless. But they've made all their substitutions by the 51st minute, and the other 8 players who didn't get to come off are all shattered. This feels like a time for James Ball. He is on the bench. This could be where he gets his 100th goal. Well, if we go 3-0 up, we're bringing James Ball on. We're not. It's unlikely that that's going to happen, though. As soon as we get the ball into that final third, we just don't really know what to do with it. I think we need Graziani on. I think he's the only Premier League standard striker that we've got. That is a big miss. That was terrible. But I think Graziani just has that extra little bit of composure that our championship level strikers who are up front today maybe don't have. It's another big miss / big save. City have got a goal coming. They are due. They've been all over us. They've had 3 clear-cut chances now to our 0. They've controlled possession. They've controlled the entire game. If we score here, it'll be completely against the run of play. But I won't complain if it happens. Robertson, ball forward towards Brown. It's headed down to Del Gaudio. And again, the strikers just... They're just never first to the ball, are they? It's a I don't think Ruggles is Premier League quality. That is another massive miss. Man City are basically they've put the game on a plate in front of us and said, "Help yourself, lads. We're done. We're too tired for this. Do what you will with us." And we don't have the nous to do anything. They're coming at us again. Taggart with a great slide tackle. It's with Del Gaudio, he's tackled now. They seem to be happy to let us have the ball in our midfield, but as soon as we start to push forward, they're just like, whoa, no, you're not having the ball over here. You can knock it around as much as you like in midfield. You ain't coming near our penalty area. Who do you think you are? And then at like the 8th time of asking, they now have finally gone ahead with 20 minutes to go, which we don't need to see a replay of that. I mean, it's a decent goal. We need to make some changes, because we need to find a way back into this game now. First change, Graziani. Second change, Sean Hull. And third change, no, I'm not going to bring James Ball on. That would be really dumb. We'll just make 2 changes for now. We'll save James Ball for 10 minutes to go. Because Del Gaudio, actually, by my own substitute system, is due. Although we'll probably take off Barron and bring on Levi Hayes. Because I can't bring James Ball on. Did you all see him in that? We're going to call this episode Goodbye James Ball, or Thank You James, or something like that. I just feel like there might be a fairy tale moment. No, we're just going to go down to 10 men. So, no fairy tale, and he's probably going to have to play in central midfield for the last 5 minutes as well, which, let's face it, he was never any good at way back when. But there you go, we'll drop him back there. And that's that then. Really is goodbye to James Ball this time. He had like 3 minutes of opportunity, and I'd love to just a penalty. Let him take a penalty for goal 100 or something. Anybody? Taggart sliding around all over the place. He's been on a yellow card for most of the game, and it's not stopped him sliding everywhere. I don't know how Tommy Taggart is still on the pitch, but they've destroyed. Taggart has had a blinding game. He is alive to everything. Good old Tommy Taggart. The best £4 million we ever spent. The only £4 million we ever spent. But still the best £4 million we ever spent. Fresh out of his... He turned out for the under-23s in midweek as well. Because King played last weekend. So Taggart got to play for the under-23s. Here you go. Give it to Ball. No. Game over. Never mind. We were supposed to lose those 2 games. It's these next few that we need to win. We're still ahead of the Kev ratio. We're still doing far better than anyone could have expected. We just need to keep it up. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.